Hello and welcome to Superscreen News, broadcasting to you live from the city of Lagos State, Nigeria. I am Olamide Onwuka. Many thanks for joining us. President Muhammadu Buhari has vowed to complete all ongoing projects in the Niger Delta for the benefit of the people in the region. The president, who disclosed this through his special senior assistant on the Niger Delta Affairs, Edobo Iyamo, assured that the present administration is committed to the completion of projects in the region. Iyamo said the Niger Delta New Vision is designed to develop a new and prosperous region through partnership with all producing states and all companies for the rapid development of all producing communities in the country.
This government made a commitment to ensure that serious development comes to the Niger Delta. And in line with that commitment, a lot has been going on. The Maritime University is a very good example, the modular refinery, the gas commercialization, and all the very good programs of this administration. But you see, we realized that there seemed to be a disconnect with what we're doing and the level of awareness, hence the decision to involve all of the stakeholders such that we can communicate to them what the good work that this administration is doing, and also to get necessary feedback from them on how we can do better. We're not there yet, but we know that we're doing a lot, and the people need to know about it. And that is also just to, carry everyone along.
Reacting, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Infrastructure, Ime Okon, said the federal government has intensified efforts to ensure early completion of all abandoned road projects in the Niger Delta region by the previous government in the country and ongoing projects across Niger Delta region.
Before now, we all see that we've seen a proliferation of abandoned projects, where subsequent government will start projects and the new government come up and they don't complete those projects. But with the current administration now, the key has been we must finish ongoing projects, particularly since we are under a crunch where finances is an issue. You don't start something and then you abandon it when you have limited resources. You need to finish it and be able to leverage on the resources that you've already deployed on that project in the first instance. So that's what we're trying to do now, to ensure that ongoing projects that have strategic developmental impact are finished. And then we also look at new projects that have very key impact that would link to those existing projects, so we can also fund those projects. But the key is that we are no longer abandoning projects. This government does not support abandoning projects. The key is we finish projects that you have on ground before you start even starting new projects.
The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has declared a mourning period of 7 days for the victims of Plateau State killings in other parts of the country. In a statement by the National Publicity Secretary of the party, Kola Ologbondiyan, the PDP said during the 7-day period, the party's flags and its officers will be flown at half-mast in honor of those who lost their lives. The party also urged presidents and residents of Plateau to demand justice and defend their rights and sue the federal government. A former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo, has called on the federal government to properly investigate the murder of over 100 persons in Plateau State. Obasanjo, who disclosed this when he paid a condolence visit to Plateau State and met with the governor, Simon Lalong, said it is important to understand the immediate causes of the attacks in order to prevent further attacks and killings. You will recall that over 100 people were killed when herdsmen attacked Razat, Ruku, Nya, Kura, and Ghana Rob village of Ganish district in Barkin Ladi local government area of Plateau State. Now, soldiers deployed in the Benue and Nasarawa state borders have allegedly killed about 6 Fulani herdsmen and over 150 cattle at Akpanagia in the Kiana local government area of Nasarawa state. The acting police public relations officer, Nasarawa State Command, Usman Samaila, who disclosed this to journalists, said the command received information that the military personnel came from Benue and carried out the operation. Samaila said the command did not know what really happened between the Fulani herders and the military men. He also described the incident as a wild operation that was formed by the military personnel to prevent an unabated crisis between the Fulani herdsmen and tea farmers at Benue and Nasarawa state borders. Ahead of the 2019 general elections, some stakeholders have tasked the federal government on the need to engage youths in politics. They charge the relevant authorities to see the youths as core catalysts in building national unity, particularly in a democratic dispensation such as Nigeria. The president of Edo State Youth Association, Innocent Ajayi, commended President Muhammadu Buhari's decision to sign the Not Too Young to Run bill into law and urged the youth to speak in one voice.
Youth participation in the political party. You cannot, at today we do not have independent candidacy. And for you to contest, you need a political party. And you know what it takes to fund a political party. So for me, I think the space for youth is not really, the space is not comfortable for now. But I believe that the way forward is only when the youth unite and understand that this country belongs to us. Let us say no to any kind of monetary value. Let us believe in ourselves. Let us donate and believe in one united Nigeria.
Others who spoke also emphasized the importance of the youths engaging more in politics and speaking together in one voice.
Political activism in any democratic organization ought to lie in the young persons. Today we have a president that is in his 80s or 70s, whichever you choose to believe in. But you see the people walking around him. Apart from the ministers who are political office holders, if you go into the nitty-gritty of the workers of this government, you see that there are so many young persons who are driving the system. The other day the vice president was here. Those of us who went there to call, you could see the level or the number of young persons walking around him. So young people are the key, if not the spinal cord of any democratic development. That is why I still keep telling our people in Nigeria that you don't need to wait for the elderly to leave the space. You don't need to wait for a president to sign a bill to say you can run. No, we have to plunge ourselves into the fray and take what belongs to us.
We cannot continue to be used as political talks. We cannot continue to be used and unemployed youth. We cannot continue with what our elders have been taking off. Our elders has been taking off for a ride for a very long time. It is what we need to do is to take our rightful position, register, sensitize our co-youth from the rural area to the urban area, create the awareness, and tell them participate. We should come out and give the elders is a good contest. Let us give them a good contest and take over the governance from them.
In other news now, the federal government has filed fresh criminal charges against Senator representing Akwa Ibom, Basi Akpan, at the Federal High Court, Abuja, over his failure to declare his assets. In the court processes made available to journalists, the government filed a 2-count charge of criminal breach of trust, diversion of public funds, and conspiracy and abuse of office against the senator. The federal government alleged that Akpan committed the offense of false assets declaration under the Section 15 of the Code of Conduct Bureau and Tribunal Act. The Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered the temporary seizure of a parcel of land in the Lekki area of Lagos linked to a former Minister of Petroleum Resources, Dezani Alison Madueke. The order temporarily forfeiting the property to the federal government was granted by Justice Babs Kouewumi in favor of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Counsel to the EFCC, Anselm Ozioko, who took an ex parte application before the judge, said the land was suspected to be acquired with proceeds of crime. Joined as defendants in the ex parte application were Dezani, Donald Amangbo, and a firm, Mess Group PLC. You're watching Superscreen News now. We'll take a break now. When we return, it'll be time for some business stories. Stay Stay with us. Welcome back to Superscreen News, and now for some business stories. The monthly meeting of the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee, FAG, has ended in a deadlock. No reason was given for the suspension of the meeting, however. Meanwhile, the chairman of FAG's Forum of Finance Commissioners, Mahmoud Yunusa, said they are going back to confer with the state governors on the outcome of the meeting. Reacting, the Director of Press at the Ministry of Finance, Hassan Dodo, said the meeting will be reconvened before the end of the week. And now the Debt Management Office, DMO, says the federal government plans to raise $2.8 billion of debt offshore as part of the 2018 budget. Director General of the DMO, Patience Onia, said the government has laid out plans to borrow abroad, even though interest rates are rising in the United States, which could see Nigeria pay a higher premium compared with its most recent debt in February. You will recall that the country, which left recession last year, approved a 3-year plan in 2016 to borrow more from abroad, so 40% of its loan will come from offshore in an attempt to lower the borrowing cost incurred by the country. Still talking business, the Nigeria Electricity Management Service Agency, NEMSA, has urged power users not to accept meters that come without the agency sealed. NEMSA's Managing Director, Peter Eweso, who disclosed this, called on electricity customers to inform the agency about any meter without the agency certification. Eweso, who is also the Chief Electrical Inspector of the Federation, described meters without NEMSA certification seals as fake. He said meters are expected to go through required routine tests to have certification, having met environmental conditions and specifications to localize them for usage in the Nigerian country. We'll take another break now. When we return, we'll take some business, foreign stories, and some sports stories. Stay with us.
Before they come, they're supposed to, give us some information, notice, at least maybe a week or so. There was nothing like that.
Hunger is everywhere in Nigeria. People are dying every day, but Nigerian government are keeping quiet. How are killing people? Why? It's not what we expected because of these old men that are leading us, and you people know, you are aware that these people are not the right people to lead us. These kind of people that are leading us here are people of black mind. They just care about themselves and their family.